Good morning, it's 06 stupid o'clock. Welcome for another trip with the Lancashire Wanderer. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and good morning from a very cold Preston railway station. Today I'm off on another cheap day out with the Lancashire Wanderer. Why don't you come and join me as we visit the city of Edinburgh. My train leaves in about 40 minutes time. I'll see you on the train. So my train arrived into platform 3. This morning it was a Trans-Pennine class 397 which was journeying from Manchester Airport and taking me to Edinburgh, a total journey time of approximately 2 hours 46 minutes. Well, as you can imagine, for 7 o'clock in the morning it was dark as I left Preston station, but we were soon speeding up to head up the West Coast Main Line towards Lancaster. The railway station at Lancaster opened as Lancaster Castle station in 1846 and has always been a very busy station with passengers travelling towards the Furness Peninsula and also services to West Yorkshire and Morecambe. Our train was speeding up the West Coast Main Line and very soon it was coming light and I could see the beautiful hills as we approached Oxenholme Lake District. Oxenholme Lake District station opened as Kendal Junction in July 1847 and is primarily now an interchange station for passengers travelling to the Gateway to the Lakes Railway from Oxenholme Lake District to Kendal and Windermere. On departure from Oxenholme, our train heads to the summit of Shap, 916 feet above sea level. It's the highest point on the West Coast Main Line in England. However, Beatock Summit in Scotland is overall higher at 1017 feet above sea level. As we drop back down from Shap Summit, we end up at the beautiful Cumbrian market town of Penrith in the North Lakes. Now, Penrith Station opened on the 17th of December 1846, but then was renamed in 1904 to Penrith for Ullswater Lake. It was then renamed to Penrith in 1974 and is now commonly known in 2003 as Penrith for the North Lakes. Okay, so I'm very shortly to be arriving into Carlisle, which is roughly halfway between Preston and Edinburgh, where I got on. So I arrive into Carlisle Station, or as it's commonly known, the Carlisle Citadel Station. It opened in 1847, and the original company, the Caledonian Railway, the Lancaster and Carlisle Railway, and is now post-grouped as the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. The station is a Grade 2 listed building and was designated on the 13th of November 1972. Services from Carlisle are endless, with train services to Leeds, services to Glasgow via Dumfries, and also services to Barrow-in-Furness via the Cumbrian coast. I suppose you don't need me to tell you as well that services from here also travel down the world famous Settle to Carlisle Railway, heading out towards Skipton. As our train departs Carlisle, we speed up once again to our next station stop, which is Lockerbie. It's interesting to know that the station at Carlisle is only 3 miles away from the Scottish border. Okay, so we've just left Carlisle and we are now in Scotland, heading up the West Coast Main Line towards Lockerbie. And then when we get to Carstairs, we're going to take a right and head out towards the city of Edinburgh. I'll speak to you again a little bit later on the journey. The station at Lockerbie opened on the 10th of September 1847 on the Caledonian Railway, now known as the LMS. Very soon after departing Lockerbie, our train heads towards Carstairs Junction. We diverge very sharply to the right, with the West Coast Main Line to Glasgow leaving us to the left. Now, just as you'll see very closely, you can see the front of our train on the very sharp bend. And don't worry love, your hair's absolutely fine. Just thought I'd let you know that. As we swing the sharp right, we're heading now towards the East Coast Main Line, towards Edinburgh Waverley. So I thought I'd take a few moments to have a look around the train. The seats were quite hard in my opinion, there wasn't much give in the seating, however they were mostly comfortable. There was an armrest between each seat and also a tray table which had an extendable arm that you could use a laptop. There was also plenty of legroom and I thought the interior of the train was lovely. Okay, so a little bit of railway history for you here. We travel up the West Coast Main Line and we've just branched off at Carstairs heading out towards Edinburgh. Now this is a bit of a fact for you. Did you know when you travel to London you travel up to the capital and down to Scotland on the West Coast Main Line? And that is the simple reason being because people want to go up to the capital. And remember, if you're travelling by train, first class will always be facing London. If there isn't, there's something seriously wrong. Anyway, 20 minutes to Edinburgh. I'll see you in a little bit. So it became 8:30 in the morning and I arrived into the beautiful city of Edinburgh. Took a minute just to overlook the beautiful railway station here. So I finally made it to Edinburgh and the sun's out for a change and I've got a friend here today. This is Scott, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, and you all right?
Not
Good,
bad.
excellent. Okay, so Scott's from the area. He's going to be taking us around today and showing us some of the beautiful sights that Edinburgh has to offer. Edinburgh, recognised as the capital city of Scotland in the 15th century, Edinburgh is the seat of the Scottish Government, the Scottish Parliament and the High Courts in Scotland, and the Palace of Holyrood House, the official residence of the British monarch in Scotland. It's also annual revenue of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. The city has been a long city centre of education in fields such as medicine and Scottish law. So what better way to start to learn all about Scotland? This is the National Museum of Scotland. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so we've just come out of the National Museum of Scotland. I can't really tell you all day today about what I've been looking at in there, but tell you what an absolutely fantastic museum. What do you think, Scott?
Absolutely amazing.
Just tell us a bit about what people can see when they actually go in there.
Massive museum spanning 5 floors. You've got everything ancient, Egypt, planes, trains, space, history of Scotland, anything you could imagine.
Anything for a travel enthusiast, I think, don't you agree?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to move on. Next stop, Greyfriars Bobby. I'm now at Candlemaker Row on the edge of St George V Bridge and stood right next to the statue here of the Greyfriars Bobby. The Greyfriars Bobby was a Sikh terrier who became known in 19th century Edinburgh for spending 14 years guarding the grave of his own until he died on the 14th of January 1872. There's lots of great things to do here in the city, and I can fully recommend getting on one of the open top bus services that travel around the city where you can hop on and hop off and visit some of the beautiful tourist sites this city has to offer. It was now time to take a walk up the Royal Mile, passing St Giles Cathedral on our left, which was recently used for our late Queen to lie in state in the city of Scotland. So now you join me on Castle Rock here in the city centre of Edinburgh. This is Edinburgh Castle that was started to be built in the 11th century. Taking a look at it now in the 21st century, it still looks even stunning today. If you have another look at it a little bit closer very, very soon, but you can still see the cannons on the top of the castle there. More commonly seen on the television today is the Royal Edinburgh military tattoo, which is recorded here each year. Okay, so taking a look behind me now, you see the hill there. This is Arthur's Seat. It is 251 metres above sea level. And if you want to go and have a walk up to the top, it takes about 2 hours. Okay, so I've just coming back down from the Royal Mail now, and I seem to have shrunk a little bit. I'm outside camera obscure. Come here, Scott, come here. Let's see. Shall we get in? There we go. Yeah. I think we'll grow up a little bit more. All for the joys to be thin. Oh, please. Nah. Doesn't suit me, that one. Okay, so I've just been up the Royal Mile up to Edinburgh Castle. Now I thought to myself today, why don't I just learn a bit of Scottish Gaelic? So I thought, well, why not? So for anybody who wants to learn a bit of Scottish Gaelic today, we are in Edinburgh Castle, which is Edinburgh Castle. I suppose any trip to Scotland wouldn't be complete by looking at these beauties. Of course, traditional Scottish shortbread. So that concludes my little trip of Edinburgh today. I think I've not seen all of it, have I? No. But I've still got plenty more to see the next time I come up here to Edinburgh. Scott, cheers for bringing us around today. It's been absolutely brilliant. For me, it's a nice 138-mile trip back down to Preston. And for Scott, whatever he wants to do, because he lives around here anyway. Don't forget to like, comment and
subscribe
to the channel, and I'll see you next time.